talkback feature.
There we go. Welcome, everybody, to the East of Elvins 310 podcast. You got the crew coming at you one final time of this year, 2024, on December 29th. That's right. This is the New Year's Eve episode. I got Show Me Green on the left. Yeah. I got J-Dog on the right. I got cameras. I got screens. Everything's working, recording, and spiking. Hope you enjoyed the show. What's up, y'all?
Yeah. Good day, good day.
Man? Morning.
Well, by the looks of things, it looks like we're going back to the Weed Olympics, which is one of our prior episodes. So I noticed everybody had stuff rolled when they appeared on the show today. So I thank you all for that.
That's a monster.
Yep. Nice one.
So that is a huge one. What that is my boy Jeremy. He got me that for Christmas. It's probably 3-4 gram blunt roller.
Yeah.
Is that what you think? I bet that's probably that's over an eighth, probably. Maybe at least.
I would say so.
So we got that. I got an infused jelly roll. So I'm excited to start the show off with that. This is going to be an orange creamsicle. Show Me smelled this and was like, it smells like fucking bubblegum.
Yeah.
It does, man.
It does.
So we're going to start off with that. Yeah, guys, 2025 is about to roll over. The year is about to flip.
Yeah, it went really fast, man. Really fast this time. They always keep on
Yeah, legit.
keep on doing that. Seems it's get
It
faster
does.
and
And I don't know if it's because I'm getting older.
I don't know.
I think that is. That's grandparents always said that. They were like, man, time goes so fast. We're like, no, it's slow as shit. The school year never ended.
Yeah, dude, that's what I was thinking. Like, whenever you're young, that's all you're worried about is like, I just want to get older so I can go and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then once you get there and you can do what you want to do, you're like, okay, I need to slow down a little bit.
For real.
I need more of the day.
Yeah, it went so fast. Maybe it went so fast because we're still excited about what's going on. Like, so much has happened this year. The podcast started out of nowhere, thanks to Light and Jay, and Temu for the China box. Starting on the China box. Remember our roots.
Yeah. Especially Temu.
Right.
Shout out.
Shout out Temu. That $25 thing got us started.
Yeah.
We went through more programs than I can count. I've tried to learn more programs and more programs and more programs, and finally we got a pretty good set here where I feel like we're getting comfortable with everything. So 7 months in, people reaching out all across the U.S., people from Arizona, people from Illinois wouldn't take that far, but hey, it's a state line, right?
Right.
That's one recreational state to another. So
Yeah.
I think we're doing pretty good this year.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to a lot of things that are coming. Might be getting nominated for an award, I'm thinking. I'm waiting to hear back from him. That's big things. He reaches out every now and then, but they're trying to put this thing together where they can have a content creators award, which I think would be hella cool in 7 months,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
for sure,
that would be
dude.
definitely icing on the cake.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It's moving pretty quick, I'd say.
2025, J-Dog came up with some pretty good work last night. Kept coming, kept feeding me it. I like this one. I
Very
threw it
nice,
out there.
man. Very nice.
You can follow us, our podcast, not only on Spotify, we're on YouTube, and we're also in person in places.
That's right. Yeah.
You never know. If there's weed, we're there. We're kind of like the cannabis fairies. We'll just pop up wherever the events are. You say there's weed in an event, we're there.
And possibly adding on to with Twitch, maybe.
I am thinking. So I heard that on Twitch, if your state is legal, they're cannabis friendly. So to me, yeah, that's another program we might have to work out.
Yeah.
Which I think they record on OBS to do that. So guess what? I already got some background on that. So, yeah, follow us, like us, share us, tell everybody you know about us. Only one way to go. Oh,
You gotta say, dude, the flavor on this is really good.
super smooth. It's burning. You can tell the distillate running back there.
Yeah. No, it's got a nice resin ring going around it.
What I like about
nice,
these,
clean ash.
they're only $15 infused pre-rolls. So yeah, it probably ain't the most
Sorry.
premium flower.
Sorry, man. Take another.
Probably isn't the most premium flower, but it's definitely smooth, and it gets the job done. So thanks, distillate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we started. I got a slideshow here
The
on my.
beginning.
That is the beginning. That's
Yep.
where we set up the first, kind of where our table is now. Only that was literally in the middle of the garage, no walls or nothing.
Yeah.
So we've came a long way. We've gotten decor. We've gotten stuff donated. We've got everything
Walls
that
built.
for
We
real,
got the
man.
Walls
I mean,
built, got
there's
AC in.
we got flair like a motherfucker. But yeah, a lot of memories. It's cool. That was one of our shows that we started sitting at the table there.
Oh, yeah.
It was dope.
That was while I was building the walls.
That
I'm
was
at work clothes right there.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's all I was building.
That's when you were out there pre-building everything for the studio.
Yeah. Going Enlighten Jay there. Shout out to him. Apparently today is his birthday.
Happy birthday, Enlighten
happy
Jay.
birthday, Jay.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Hope your day's full of cannabis-friendly events. But yeah, we were nervous there. We were only going live.
Yeah.
All that stuff is just live. We weren't editing. Not like we do a lot of editing because I do when it's needed, but but as far as like we couldn't edit that. It was run what you brung, and I kind of happy we started on that because that we started going live. We kind of instantly knew we had to watch what we were saying, how we were going to say it.
Yeah.
And we were still learning each other. Like we didn't really know. We knew each other, but we didn't know how this side of us was going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Just talking to each other, holding a conversation while being videoed and everything, you know.
Yeah, and people's interested because you're talking about cannabis. I mean, we're trying to share information that people don't know. Like, cannabinoid is a scary word when you don't really know what it is.
You're right.
And it is kind of, I mean...
Sounds like some alien shit.
It
you
does.
know what I mean?
Something
like you
made
say,
up on a
oh,
sci-fi.
you've got the cannabinoids. You're like, oh, man. That sounds really bad.
Yeah. He's got a case of cannabinoids.
So it's nice trying to take the moment and break that stuff down, educate people. We try to cover answers that people ask. People reach out to us. We try to cover on the episode. If you guys have any questions you guys want to hear, like, holler at us. Throw them out there. It's social media. I see social media on both you guys. Like, we don't have a unit account or a one account together, but each of us have our own little thing. And I love the help that everybody's getting. Like, Chef J-Dog over here, people are commenting left and right on his edibles. Not only are they beautiful, they're very effective. And one of our senior listeners from Podbean these days, Miss Mama Sue, was bragging on your page about what was that?
It was the pecan balls.
Pecan balls. She said that's the first time she actually felt an edible. And it's true because I've known her like over 20 years.
Yeah.
And she's always told me they just don't work for me. They don't work for me.
Yeah.
I've been trying to sell her to them in the store. I've had her as a customer in the store for 4 years. And I've tried to get, because this lady loves getting stoned.
Yeah.
J-Dog delivered. And it was like a good little thread there.
It's because all his stuff has the actual cannabinoids in it, man. It's not made from distillate.
That's true.
It still has all the plant material in it. That's why they're so effective. Once you start refining it down, getting it just the THC, you lose everything from the plant.
Some of that entourage effects,
Yeah, you lose
everything.
it all.
Plant matter.
You know?
That's why full spectrum. When you're looking for gummies, if you can see anything that says full spectrum, I always recommend going them. I'm kind of like show me. I would go with rosin. Anytime I can find rosin gummies, those are there. I don't care if they're a shitty brand or a good brand. I usually can feel those. But as far as like anything else, you want to see full spectrum. I feel that way you know it's got all that plant.
Yep.
It grows together. Why wouldn't we consume it together?
Exactly. Yep. Well, whenever you're smoking flower, that's what you're doing. You're smoking it all together.
So we used to tear up all the stems and seeds and get all that out. Most of the time we'll get the big stems out, but like there's still fine stem matter throughout that bud. So you're grinding that up. You are actually still keeping the full spectrum of that plant when you're indulgent.
Yeah. Yep.
Next slide. The very first logo. This logo came from. I want to give a shout out to Jada. She's a listener. She was my bud tender up at Starbuds, and she was an amazing person. She was an artist. She was really good. I gave her some money. I told her I need a logo. I was actually going to put this on a sticker and put it on my bags of Wheat Cannabis and sell it. That was going to be my brand.
Yeah.
That's why it says Travis Cook's Terrific Cannabis. Kind of like AC/DC. We were going to do TCTC, but no. Instead of that, we started the podcast. So I had the logo. So that's where that came from. There's a picture of us sitting there.
There we are.
That's after we got the donation of the microphone. So shout out to Colt, someone actually hooked me up with the audio and the mics and everything. So I want to say shout out that. There's going to be a lot of shout outs in this episode because we have grown. We've hit over, we're 1.2K on Facebook in 7 months.
Yeah, that's great.
Spotify followers, the YouTube subscribers, every day is 1 or 2, sometimes 3.
No, it's great.
So we definitely want to take a moment to tell you thank you. We do acknowledge that you're taking time to listen to this and like, let's keep growing together. But yeah, there's a picture of J-Dog, what we're looking at. Me on the computer with a joint in my hand. Imagine that. Show me green and J-Dog in deep conversation. If you look at these eyes on J-Dog, there might have been some smoking going on in this room.
Maybe just a little bit.
Doesn't sound like us.
No. But yeah, deserves. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's a sign.
The background
I
there.
don't even know what that is. On the TV, it's current in the background. It says "deserve the chance, deserves the chance." That's crazy. I didn't even know. I didn't do that on purpose.
Makes me curious what we were talking about at the time.
So the barn, we always talk about. We want to give a shout out to them too. Network's growing. They've gotten big. They've gotten huge over the last couple of years. Some of my motivation personally to get the feel of how this goes down. They reach out. They help me with the editing. They help me with anything I need, any equipment we might need. So I thank you guys for that. I was asked to be on this episode that I'm looking at on the slide on the barn, which was Whoop, there it is, tag team. That's DC himself. Chad Winch asked me to set in with that. This was the first time I ever was asked to be on a show. So it was nice go on to someone that I idolize, like tag team. Like that shit was still dope. Play it right now.
Yeah.
I still dance to that shit. But yeah, I thought that was something I wanted to throw in there. I wanted to say thank you to the barn. There's some pictures of it when we were sitting there. I was on top of the world in this picture. Got my shades on,
Yeah,
all
what
that neon
backdrop,
light.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Look at their flair.
They got a nice setup.
Yes, they do.
They are, and it's awesome. We're going to do a show over there. So, 2025, I'm going to get with Chad and see what day he wouldn't mind us coming sitting in on over there and getting a show on the barn. Get a feel of how it's like to have even a bigger studio. Lights, as you can tell, they're in a whole nother game.
Yeah. No, it looks like a good time, man.
But yeah, I was on top of the world on that picture. This is the start of the studio.
Yeah.
This is when we got all the lumber. So thank you for the donations for the lumber.
Nice picture of me all sweaty.
You are working so hard. And if you guys remember on this episode, me and Enlightened Jay and I think it was just me and Enlightened Jay was shooting the show.
Yeah.
And your boy had some technical difficulties. So I don't know if you know, Travioli every now and then will have some technical difficulties on the equipment. This was the start of the very first one. We did a 45-minute episode, me and Enlightened Jay. He sang.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't tell me about it. He just said, I'm going to sing a song to you. I'm like, what? He killed it, crushed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good episode. We get done. I had the record button turned all the way down. So we're like, what the fuck? So at this point, Show Me was going to throw the walls up when we get started on the studio, but we're like, man, we can't leave this people hanging. Like, people listen to this every week. We got to get out. So we moved the equipment out to the basketball court and redid the show.
Yeah.
And he re-sang the song and killed it again. It was just a good vibe, but we had to deliver to the people because if we didn't have that content, people, we didn't want to lose anybody. They were taking time to listen to
You need
us.
content, man.
That was a great day all the way around.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was my very first one. And Enlightened Jay was like, oh, it's all right, man. You learn.
Yeah.
Well, your boy didn't learn. Your boy did it a couple more times. Just it was a different one. It wasn't just the record button turned down. So, but yeah, those were the starts of the skeleton of the studio. So, thank you, Show Me Green, for taking the time to do that after you bust your ass and work hard and do this for a living anyways.
Oh, well, no thing. It's definitely worth it.
I think so. I'm happy.
Definitely worth it.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah. We all enjoy the benefits from it every Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, we get
To be able to come through. Oh, there we go. Next slide. So some of my favorite episodes. After we started doing the show at East of Elvins, every now and then I get a wild hair in my ass and want to interview someone. This is actually in between my jobs, so I had some time off. These are my two top shows on Spotify. So we got Willie himself, Mr. Jay from Main Street Grow Supply. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out to his wife Katie too, because she's remarkable. She helps a lot with everything. He's a really close friend of mine. I'm actually going to have him back on after he just had his surgery. I'm going to tell everybody everything went well. He's looking forward to come on the show and talk about it. So I'm going to have Willie back on. That'll be a good episode.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Number one episode of 2024 is my Mama C. She was my very first Spotify record.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I have that episode.
That was a
for
good
you.
episode, man. That was a really good episode.
So after Mama C moves back out here, who knows? Might have her in a little bit more.
Yeah. Neat.
Because she's going to know what's going on down here. She's going to be like, I know it's Sunday. It's the Cannabis Sunday. It's Cannabis Church. I know they're in their sanctuary. And then we're going to hear And I'll be like, come on in, Mama. Come on in. Pull you up a chair.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to having you out here, Mom. But yeah, that was our number 1 episode. Also, this day is the first day Show Me Green called out on the episode. So
Damn.
and I say that because this day I was nervous as fuck. I'll just let you know, man. I'm very happy to have you part of the show. I didn't know what to do. J-Dog was on his way over. I got high and was thinking and picked up my phone and did a random sled. And my cousin Matt Pyatt's name showed up, and I'm like, oh, he's remarkable. Like, this dude can tell stories. He has stories. Come on, cuz, you got to be on. So, yeah, that's Matt Pyatt. He came in, sat in. That was a good episode. You and him, that was a very good conversation. Yeah. But I was nervous. It was weird having that little fear of like, what am I going to do?
Which is funny because you did good.
I appreciate it. Well, it's just change, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm so used to everything being so
Right.
regular. Sometimes I'm scared to change. But yeah, this is when he comes back. No, I'm joking.
There I am. Right there.
No, family first, always. But yeah, especially. I'm just fortunate. I don't get sick. I'm very fortunate of that. And we talked about that a little bit before the show. Like, our bodies, I don't know if I just push stuff out so fast, like if it just exits. I don't know. I just know it's so much weed in me. It's just like, fuck this. It gets the fuck out.
Kills it all.
Like the cartoons with the little germs and everything. But yeah, I'm fortunate not to get sick. But yeah, family's first, and it sucks. It's got to suck when people are sick. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is to throw up. I don't know what throw up tastes like because I've never thrown up. I've never thrown up. Ask my wife, been with her 20 years. She'll tell you at least the last 20 years I've never thrown up. Never. I guess
It's quite an accomplishment.
it
No
is.
doubt about
Even
that.
from,
I've never heard that before.
from booze or anything, bro. Like, I'll go lay down and go to bed. I cannot throw up. Won't happen.
That's
Good
lucky.
for you.
Yeah, no doubt
Good
about
for
it.
you, man. That's awesome.
I don't have much shit I can brag and say, but that's definitely
I
one.
got that.
I don't puke.
This episode here that we're looking at,
Man, I look angry right there.
oh my god, you kind of look like Dexter.
Man, that's a rough one.
So this is a good friend of mine, Mike Blinn.
We hadn't lit up yet. That's it.
Yeah,
I
right.
was just waiting.
It looks like some smoking was going on here. But yeah, Mike Blinn, one of the biggest names in cannabis in Missouri, came down from St. Louis to sit in on the podcast. This means the world to me. He is someone I idolize too. He's taught me so much about compliance, people, product. He's a very educated man. He'll share his knowledge. He's just awesome to be around, and he's a consumer. I think that's part of why he's so good at what he does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to be able to take and know the product, right?
Yeah, you gotta know the product. And like, he's the 315 dispos and cookies. I mean, he's managing us the cookies. I mean, come on.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of things in the shows happened. I mean, we started doing events.
Mm-hmm.
You remember this slide I got in on this?
Oh yeah,
episode?
Ben right there.
That's Ben. That was our first episode.
Yeah.
I've never looked so alert. My eyes are huge and they are not red yet.
Yeah.
So that's when we had to move inside because we were at the Putt Puff Pass.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first event we were asked to go to.
Yeah, that was a really fun event. It was a big event.
It was. Remember all them golf carts? It was lining up.
Yeah.
And then everybody thought we were the DJ.
Yeah. It was definitely a good time though, and we met a lot of people. I think that really helped out a lot. That's when we first met Leonard and Neil.
Yeah, from North,
Uh-huh.
yeah, which we've grown with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they found us, they liked us, and asked us if we wanted to start coming to their events. So, yeah, showing the growth there. But good events, getting in here, getting to know these people. Another huge event that we were at was the Puff and Paint by Kobe Wright, the Dab King himself. It's a picture of me, J-Dog, and Show Me Green.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
The
fun.
trio.
Up there by the DJ.
Yeah, it made it kind of rough on the noise or on the sound for the videos,
So,
but that was definitely a
learning.
really good event though. It was a lot of fun.
Again, that's where we were learning, man.
Yeah.
We didn't know. We were going to these events, and we knew we were going to set up and talk and interview people, but we didn't think about music.
Mm-hmm.
Being played in the background. But yeah, events they're getting bigger, as you can see, it's taken 4 years for us to get here.
Mm-hmm.
But at least it is getting here. It's growing. So some of the Halloween events we went to when we were the men in green.
That's nice.
I love this picture when he's flexing with the $2 bills from North. North gives out change in $2 bills, and that's awesome. Whenever there's
Hell yeah, it was.
So at this event, they gave us all $10 and $2 paper bills.
Mm-hmm. Good towards food trucks or whatever you can spend money on.
It is. I mean, and getting to know the people, meeting Miss Mary.
Uh-huh.
Miss Mary Osha, she's actually now following the social media and reaching out and talking to us or out in that. I love seeing that more, like I said, the growth, man. There's the people adding.
Yep.
It's exciting. Some of the work from J-Dog there. That's the East of Elvins 310 podcast. YouTube, Spotify. Follow us today. Like, subscribe. All that good jazz. I like that. I also brought some seeds out here because we were going to talk about genetics. So a lot of the shout outs there, I appreciate everybody that's helped us, everybody that's grown with us, people that take time to listen and all that. I do want to talk a little bit of cannabis here today.
Mm-hmm.
I got some seeds from when I was running the Valley, RIP, the Valley. And this strain here is absolutely amazing. And I don't know if it's going to pop or do good. But this is from Codes. And this is the strain called 314. Each area, so there's a 618 and there's a 314.
Mm-hmm.
One's Kansas City, one's here. But this is actually 2 seeds that I found in I think I had a half ounce of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it was stress seeds or what, but there's some seeds.
Okay.
You or J-Dog can have
That's
those.
really cool.
And then these were given at one of these events too. Did you get some of those?
No, I didn't.
All right.
What do we got?
So there's some more seeds.
Mythic Genetics.
I just seen them. They were sitting in that thing over there, and I'm like, or no, they were in a backpack, I guess, from one of the events we went to.
Okay. And we got Feminized Seeds, Grape Funk, and it's a cross of Frostbolt and Grape Tank. So the website they got on here, it's Mythic Genetics. I guess they're getting a shout out now that I'm reading it all out. So
do you know anything about them? Because the reason why I'm giving you these is because I don't know what they are. They're photos, so I'm not going to really I'm not really growing those. But you were talking about how easy it is to get ripped off on seeds and get bad seeds and stuff. And you were doing some reading. What were you reading about the other day when you were talking about these seeds?
Well, a lot of people, I guess a lot of different breeders, what they're doing is they're just they're slamming genetics together without actually testing them.
Okay.
So they have 2 strains that they really like, and then they're slamming them together, and they don't know even the generations behind the plant that they have to know if they had those hermaphrodite traits or how stable of a cross it's actually going to be. So some people that just different growers, they're getting seeds with a lot of herms and stuff, and sorry, I'm kind of hogging that. I think I'm good on it for a little bit. So what's happening is these breeders, they're finding their 2 favorite strains. They're just breeding them right across to each other, not even having them tested, not even doing germination tests to see if they all pop. And they're packaging them, selling them.
Man.
Which
is going to lead to a weak plant.
Well, it's
not even a pop.
Well, I mean, when you think about it, as a grower, man, we take and we want the purest. We want the best, I want to know all the lineage behind the seeds, and I want the reputation from the breeders.
Okay.
Right? So if you tarnish your reputation by crossing together 2 strains that you have even grown for multiple runs to even see what traits they have, because every plant has different expressions every time that you take and you regrow it based on what you feed it, right?
Yeah.
So
and climate, from what you spoke with Jim, with 1 year guy like that plays a role too. So they're Seattle.
Yeah. So
it might be a little different. Someone in Florida.
Yeah. So I guess what you could think they're grabbing 2 clones, right? They're taking and flowering them out using some STS spray, possibly getting one to pollinate. It'll pollinate the other one. Then they're just selling the seeds. And that because automatically when you're taking your feminizing seeds, you're bringing the hermaphrodite trait out.
Right.
Essentially, you're making it pollinate itself,
Yeah.
so that it can make seeds.
Okay.
If you need to make sure that mom plant doesn't have a strong hermaphrodite trait. Otherwise, all those seeds are going to carry that gene forward. It's the same way that our DNA works between our parents.
Well said.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do now that you said it like that.
Yeah. So it's the exact same thing there. So what I had to say I wanted to talk about was find a breeder on Instagram, or they're all over the place. It depends on what traits you're actually looking for, and try to track down the closest source that you can to when that strain was developed or came overseas. Okay. That way you can get as close to that original what it was supposed to be. And once you find a breeder, you can message them. I talked to a bunch of different breeders from my genetics, and I'll tag them in stuff on my Facebook and stuff like that. So
Yep.
They can do that. Go through and talk to them first, because you're going to be able to take and sniff out somebody that's a bullshitter if they aren't passionate about what they're doing with
If
this.
they're not standing behind their brand.
Exactly.
Right,
If they aren't passionate about it and they don't get back with you and like, yeah, I crossed this and this, okay, then ask them some of the growth traits for a strain that you're looking at. Don't be afraid to take and contact these guys, especially just go back to the original source. There's a lot of new breeders that are trying to take and start up, but they're just people that you're going to have a long conversation with.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that on Facebook.
Mhm.
Just tons of different, seed stores
Mhm.
popping up like crazy. And so you're right.
Everybody is trying to slide in and put their brand out there right now. It happens
Yeah.
with recreational, sadly, and it'll keep going because it's a product.
Yeah.
It's a product that makes you feel some type of way, an amazing way.
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, dude, everything we're doing with this, with growing, it's an art form. And you need to know what you're working with
Right.
to take and be able to really produce art with it, is what you're trying to do.
that's what J-Dog's doing with his bonsai plants.
Exactly what he's
Yeah.
doing. Dude, that's really cool that you've been doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're 114 days now. So
114-day plant that's not went into flower,
Yeah.
just growing it and training it and shaping it.
yeah, I actually just repotted them into the 3.5-inch pots now.
And not using that much room. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what's going to be so cool?
They'll max out at a 4-inch pot is where I'm going to max them out at.
That
4
4-inch?
Yeah, 4-inch pot.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So what's going to be super fucking cool is whenever you're done with that, the skeleton.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
whenever
yeah,
you're eventually
right.
done with this,
Yeah.
because those stay hard forever.
Yeah.
The fibers in that
Well,
in the stalk.
the stalks are just, you can see the difference in the stalks the longer that they live. I mean, they become that little tree. So,
So what keeps this is a thought I have, because I used to see, where's that? Give me that Cuban that we rolled. This is a $4 grand.
Oh man, yeah, I completely zoned out.
So
We got
as
this.
far as those, what keeps those from going root bound?
oh, you trim the roots.
You're keeping the roots back too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
So you're in cocoa or are you in
no,
rocks?
No, I'm in soil.
You are in soil.
Yeah, but once I get into the 4-inch pot, I'll take off about 1 to 2 inches of the root at the bottom, and repot that, and it slows the growth again, but
That
you
makes
keep
sense.
you keep it from going root bound that way.
I think it's super impressive. He sent me the picture of that, and I was like, "What?"
No, it is. It definitely take time consuming.
Oh yeah.
Very time.
But
consuming.
there's a couple of them. I'm really starting to twist the branches around now. I've been using the pipe cleaners, and I've been twisting them, and I'm really trying to get some really cool designs.
Yeah, that's cool.
Something
Yeah.
tells me I'm going to need to turn on the exhaust fan on this.
Yeah, with that one, yeah,
Probably.
yeah, it's a cigar, man.
What strains are you doing those bonsais with, Jay?
I've got a Gorilla Banana. I've got a French macaroon going now.
Yeah, That one had strong roots when I was growing it. How are they
Right.
looking?
The French macaroons, they're fast growers. I mean, that as a bonsai, they've been growing
It's a
really
good
fast.
root
Yeah,
growth then.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been trimming them back. I also have a Fruity Pebbles as a bonsai,
Mm.
and a couple of the freak shows.
You
Just-
really like
just-
that macaron.
Just because the freak shows are just something that's just so neat. you
Oh,
know,
yeah,
and
it's-
each time I trim up that bonsai that I've got, I can't help but throw them in and clone them. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, shout out to my brother Nick out in Medford, Oregon. These are some pictures, J Dog. I know you ain't never seen because I couldn't find them.
That's beautiful.
That's my mom. That's Mama C.
Yeah.
And that's my dad that didn't get to see weed being legal, sadly. He loved cannabis so much. Big part of his life. Repping St. Louis hat. Those are some of my brother's plants.
Yeah, that's great. Wow.
That's his farm
Oh,
there.
wow.
Je-
Oh yeah.
So what we're looking at is my brother's farm when he used to farm back in the day. This is out in Medford, Oregon. Everything competes with the redwoods, so everything's so huge and so tall. Look how healthy, green, dark those. The only time I've seen leaves that color is Show Me Green's plant, like that solid, deep earth green like that.
It's a soil man.
Yeah.
He does soil beds, right? That's why.
So each of
At
them,
least that's what I think.
each of them have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 hay bales, maybe 8. 2 hay bales tall, and then they're pods. So yeah, he creates that soil for that. He's told me he's gonna help me get mine set up out here whenever he comes to do that. So that'd be cool. We get the greenhouse, get one in there like that or
Oh
something.
heck yeah.
This thing is roaring.
Yeah, it is. It's Blue Dream too. So, whew, got that sativa with that
Yeah.
caryophyllene. So, one good thing about Blue Dream, fun fact, is it's got a lot of caryophyllene in it, and it's sativa.
Mhm.
It's been showing more of a hybrid now listed, but there for a long time. Don't you
Yeah.
hate that?
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of how it seems to be going, man. As you carry on lineage, it kind of changes.
So, as far as a question as far as directing a plant, do you think paying attention to the amber heads, you can lean a plant more sativa hybrid? If it's a hybrid, do you think you can control more of a couch lot by letting it grow longer?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, what you're doing right there is you're breaking the boundaries of the difference between sativas and indicas.
Which is whenever
Right.
people come in.
Could be, and the problem that comes with that is that look up the actual definition of sativa,
Mm-hmm.
and sativa is just like it's actually the plant.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they tried differentiating terms with indica from sativa, but really sativa and indica should actually represent not the type of plant but the effect.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does.
So when you take anything about that, if you take and you harvest your plant whenever it's really clear on the trichromes, that's when actually your THC is the strongest.
So the one that broke off of that plant in there that I got hanging in here,
Uh-huh.
you think that's gonna be some pretty strong shit?
Yeah, it will be. The clearer that it is, because CBD doesn't take and start breaking down in the trichrome head until later on, or it developing inside it, and all the first chemical compound really that takes and really starts mass producing in the trichrome head is THC, and then as it matures, that THC continues to grow, but it slowly breaks down.
Mm-hmm.
And as it breaks down, that's when CBD is developed, and CBG and CBN, all the different cannabinoids,
Right.
right? So
CBN, mostly.
right. So the longer that you leave it, those trichromes taking an ambering, that's from everything breaking down inside of the trichrome head, and it'll be heavier on that side. And we know that the effects from CBN, CBD, they have a very calming, relaxing sleep effect.
Some say
they're
sedative.
Sedative.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how you can kind of dictate how your plant
How
is
you're
going,
gonna live,
how
right.
your effects are going to be.
So CBG is going to be the mother of all cannabinoids. That's that bud before it grows any other cannabinoid. That's CBG. It has a lot of medical benefits as well. So my thought, what I was saying basically, I had a plant that had deficiency.
Yeah.
It's still growing bud, looking good and smelling great. It just didn't produce like I was wanting it to. The top snapped off on it, got real heavy and snapped. You seen the
Yeah,
bud?
I saw it.
I'll have to show you this. It looks like
It's
a
a fat
heart,
bud.
a big heart on top of a fucking bud. It
Yeah.
looks like I topped it, but I didn't.
It topped itself.
But my
It's
thought
crazy.
was, I ain't gonna throw it away because I know that plant's not done yet. But I wasn't gonna just throw it away. And I started thinking, well, it's CBG. That has a lot of benefits as well. So, but then you just told me THC is gonna be pretty peak level on it. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely kind of excited about smoking that now. But I did not do it on purpose.
Yeah, that's
Right, with
that's
as
more-
racy as that's going to be, you would, going back to what we were saying, you would consider that a sativa.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, because if you let your weed set in a jar for a real long time or out in the sun, it's going to turn into CBN. Like it's going to, the trichomes are going to burn up. Is what's going to happen.
Right.
They're going to be overgrown. They're going to break down, like he said, get real brittle, and at that point, yeah, it's going to be sedated. So it makes sense. Never really thought about that, but sativa, early in stages in plant, wake up
Right.
early.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I know you talked about the seeds, and I had those, and I was like, I'm throwing them at them because I figured it'd be conversation to open up and let you know that do your research. A lot of people have knowledge too. Reach out. Show Me Green's helping people all the time. Willie down at Main Street Grow Supply, aka Jay, Roger, everybody down in the shop. They're big helps. They'll take the time to explain it. They don't make you feel dumb.
Yeah, they're always more than happy to help.
They're excited to
Yeah.
see people.
Yep.
They're sitting there. They're stoners waiting to help
Yep.
stoners.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like two little angels on a cloud waiting for someone to pray for help. They're like, boom, sending out informational lightning bolts everywhere. But yeah, 2025, I think we're going to kick its ass. The East of Elvins 310 podcast. More events are going to happen. We got J-Dog on the camera now. He's going to be helping doing that. I'm hooking him up with a computer after this so we can see, so he can work on some editing and stuff. Yeah, that being said, end of the year, you guys have anything? You guys have any, what's it called, resolutions? Ain't that what everybody used to do that nobody does?
Well, the New Year's resolution.
Let's go ahead and make one up. Make it up. You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Travioli's New Year resolution. It's going to be some bullshit like everybody else is going to say and not going to do, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do the 20 pounds. Try to get down to 200 even.
Yeah.
Just because that was high school weight. That'd be cool. I'm going to quit smoking cannabis.
Hello, goodbye, East of Elvins.
No. No, I'm really gonna focus hard on the podcast this year. I want us to step up. I want us to get another 1,000 this year.
Yeah.
Like I want us to keep growing, keep going to these events. Maybe do some set-ins with some other podcasts. Get some interviews under our belt. People are reaching out, so that's my resolution. Podcast and 20 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think mine is going to be to cross my first strain.
Oh, do you
That's
have a
gonna be
tent to
mine.
do that?
A tip to do it?
No, a tent.
Oh, a tent? Oh, yeah.
I got that little one.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Well, me and Jay, we've been collaborating a little bit on this. And we're thinking that because he has more room than I do.
Okay.
But we might use some of my females and have one of his pollinate them.
Do we
And then
have
we
any
will
ideal
create-
strains?
I'm not putting those out there yet.
Oh, I love that. I love
Okay,
that.
I'm not putting that out there yet. But yeah, if Jay is up for that this year,
Oh, I'm all for it. Yes.
then we will take and produce our first strain this year for the East of Elvin podcast.
East of Elvins, and if we do that, and we do what we need to make sure they're solid.
Mm-hmm. No,
you
we'll
know
need
who
testers,
will
we'll
put
need
these
everything.
up in Main Street Grow Supply. Hopefully.
Right. Yeah.
I'm foresee he wouldn't have no
Yep.
problem doing that.
Yep.
So that, especially since he knows the person doing it, because he ain't gonna sell anybody's shit.
Right.
It'd
Right,
be an honor,
right.
but we
Yeah.
know the knowledge and everything that you take time to put behind.
Yep. We're
That's
both going
dope,
to,
dude.
so it's kind of like a collaboration for the East of
There
Elvins
you go.
podcast.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing
Yeah.
idea.
So it'll be
To get-
fun.
To have a
Mhm.
strain, that's something. Piece of that's history.
It is
Yeah,
history.
exactly. It'll
Absolutely.
take and
That's-
live on. Yeah.
That's amazing. Hell
Yep.
yeah, I'll smoke to that.
Yep. And lighting up this piece that we just got at the show.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, the last event.
Mm.
Amazing, trippy glass piece.
Oh, it's a beautiful shirt.
we gotta get his sign. I forgot to get his sign. Wow, we gotta get it up and give him shouts outs too. Do you remember his?
No, we got the video footage.
And
of
we
it.
got a sign in your bag.
Yeah, it is in my bag.
So we'll get that
Yeah.
up, and you guys can know.
Yep. Make sure we get that out.
Yeah, because it's a beautiful piece.
Beautiful piece. It'd be an honor. Oh, it's got hash on top.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
And it tastes good.
And break it improperly.
Dude, that whole I see. So it's got an oversized mouthpiece and a carb.
Yeah, and it draws really well. I mean, the whole thing is just a really nice hitting piece.
And you said you found out grinding your weed up where your bowl keeps your pipe cleaner.
Well, it makes it easier to. Normally, I don't. I'll just try. I've always tried just lightly breaking up my buds. But
Yeah.
if I'm putting hash on top, then I like to take and grind it up.
Okay.
It just for
So it
some
kinda moon
reason.
rocks it.
Yeah, something like that. It kind of forms like a bowl in the middle of it, and it burns more evenly with the hash, and it keeps burning.
Shout out to Kyle Wright, Tippy Joe Show. He's usually part of the Weed Olympics, where we had a lot of technical difficulties. Which today it was almost
that was so sad too because that was a great show.
that was a great
Yeah.
show. We remembered it. That's something that we all share together. Not everybody got to share it with us, but but this is kind of like the Weed Olympics today. So
And Kyle was just fun.
good dude.
Yep.
Always there to help. Now
Yep.
he's out at selling cars.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need a card. Reach out to Kyle. He's out there. Follow him on social media as well.
Yep.
He ain't gonna say no bullshit. That's for sure. You know who's talking to him. He's not that kind of dude. He's a dude that's there to listen to you,
Mm-hmm.
just like a good bud tender will do,
Yep.
and deliver what you're looking for.
Yep.
That being
Mhm.
said, we're gonna go ahead and end the show because we're flossing out here on Davis Crossing. And until next time, we'll see you next year. Last episode of the year. Peace.
Man.